Yo, what up, though? It's your boy Mexico, the host with the most. Mexico, coast to coast. Yeah, we're gonna get started here in just a minute. Yo, we in here, we in this thing. What's going on? We are streaming across a couple different platforms right now. I'm looking across all of them and see we got a few people in here so far tonight. If you're in the chat, say what's up. Say where you from? Where you watching the show from tonight? I don't know where or when you watching this show, but I know you're here now, so we appreciate you having y'all. We're gonna get started here in just a moment. This is Let's Agree to Disagree Tonight. I'm your host, Mexico Johnson, and we're gonna have some fun here tonight. We're gonna keep it short. It's just our second show of the new year. Shout out to 2026. How we feeling so far, 2026? Let's take a look here. We're gonna start to warm this thing up a little bit. So, if we get right into it, we here to ask the question tonight. Question that's been on my mind this week. We're talking about AI slop. Is AI slop a human problem or a technology problem? If you in the chat, go ahead and drop in the chat what your opinion is. Do you think AI slop is an issue because of humans, or is it an issue because of technology? I'm going to share my thoughts here in a minute, and we can talk about where we go with this information. But this has just been on my mind because I've been seeing this a lot lately, where people and all their complaints about AI and all the dangers of AI, it's like this disdain for AI because it's good for nothing. All it's good for is making a bunch of AI slop. We're going to explore that a little bit tonight. Joey says he thinks it's both. Some AI can make incredible things, but so many people rush to make an AI. That's a fair stance, and at Let's Agree to Disagree Tonight, there is no right or wrong answers. We just like to pose the questions and sit with them. I think both is an acceptable answer. Some people make incredible things, but people just in a rush. I could see that. And that's, I do think that's more or less like where my argument lies then, because I feel like people make great things when you give them the chance to. I think, for sure, there's a bunch of people who making a bunch of crap out there, or just a bunch of stuff that doesn't really mean anything or is worth anything. But I think that's true for any tool. I don't think that's an AI thing, or I don't even think that's a technology thing. Like if we just go back to, pencil and paper. If you gave every kid on the planet a piece of paper and a pencil right now, most of these kids gonna draw something silly or draw something goofy, or they might even just scribble their name on a page. But there's a small percentage of kids out there, you give them a piece of paper and a pencil, and that's all they need to do to make something, amazing, make something beautiful. Somebody said, yo, I know you. What up? Who is that? That man of Wu-Tang. Shout out to Wu Tang. I don't know who that is, but say what's up. Where you from, Wu Tang? Where we watching from? So yeah, I think same way that a piece of paper and a pencil can be used to make a little stupid doodle, or you could take that and make something great, like a great, beautiful piece of art. I think AI is the exact same thing. And when we look at all the AI slop that's out there right now, I think we're just looking at a bunch of people who are just making stuff. Not nobody who really got something to say. But that doesn't mean that somebody who has something to say, or more specifically, an artist who has something to say, that don't mean they couldn't make something beautiful with AI. And that's what makes me excited. I know there's a lot of people out there making a lot of crap right now, but I always like to keep open the potential that we could bring in some more cool art, some more beauty into the world. Wu Tang from Toledo. Okay, what's up, Wu Tang? I gotta check your profile out. I don't know who that is right now. I'm gonna check you out though. Let's see. I want to bring in the TV here because I want to show y'all a couple things. So first, I'll start here. Let's just because I looked up like what's the actual definition of AI slap. I don't just want to be using this term without really defining what it is or isn't. AI slop, also simply known as slop, is digital content made with a generative artificial intelligence, specifically when perceived to show a lack of effort, quality, or deeper meaning. I think that's one of the big ones where we seeing all this stuff that's made from AI, and it's just like meaningless. Like, what am I even looking at here? Like, it's just this little example on the side of the TV. If you look here, what is this? It's like shrimp Jesus. What the hell? Who decided that shrimp Jesus need to be a thing? What does that even mean? I don't know. And like, yeah, I guess that's kind of weird. Shrimp Jesus is strange. Let's see if I keep going. What's this say here? It is a form of synthetic media usually linked to the monetization of the creator economy, in the creator economy of social media and online or advertising. Yo, appreciate you, Wu Tang, for following. I appreciate you joining us here. Thank you for following. Coined in the 2020s, the term has a pejorative connotation similar to spam. Slot became the 2025 word of the year for Merriam-Webster. So I did see that Merriam-Webster added that to the dictionary as like the word of the year. All of like the biggest idea from 2025, or like the newest most prominent idea from 2025 was this idea of AI slop, variously defined as digital clutter. But again, I want to make the argument that I don't think that's really an issue with AI, where we got to like look at AI and talk about how, AI is dangerous for the world, or AI is, ruining people's brains. I mean, there's levels of those things happening too. But when we talk about what people creating with I do think that is a reflection of the people. I don't think that's a reflection of the AI. Let me see here. Yes, sir. We got a couple more people in the chat here. Go ahead, drop where you watching the show from in the chat. I appreciate y'all coming through. So to my point again about like if you gave every kid in the world a piece of paper and a pencil, what are most of them gonna draw? A lot of them gonna draw silly stuff. A lot of them gonna just scribble their name on a paper, But every once in a while, we do get somebody who is capable of doing something special with that tool. I think one of the things, or one of the people that comes to mind, is this dude named Mr. Doodle. You might have seen this on the internet. Let me pull this up here. We got Mr. Doodle. Let me see. That boy, Mr. Doodle. Check him out, though. With just a Sharpie marker, this dude turned his whole house into art. Let's check this out real quick. I'm going to turn that music down. I don't need the copyright strike for that music. But I mean, you can see, though, this dude, Now, how many kids will take a Sharpie marker and just draw a penis on the wall? I feel like Mr. Doodle is a great example of how we can take these simple tools and turn them into amazing creations. I don't think AI is any different. This dude was going crazy. He filled his whole house up like this, though. Crazy work. He literally filled up his whole house, every surface of the house, even the clothes that he wear. Even he even got doodles for the clothes that he wear. Make you think about like how many kids across time got in trouble for drawing something on the wall at their parents' house. How many kids got in trouble but was actually just a Mr. Doodle on the inside? That's a crazy visual. Just seeing that dude go through his whole house and turn it into a masterpiece with just a Sharpie. Like, that's all it takes. With the right tool, humans can do crazy things. I think that's what we're seeing with this AI thing, too. We take a look here. Like, another example I saw recently that I thought was pretty funny. I'm going to pause Mr. Doodle. We got all this, like, Trump AI stuff. I thought this was hilarious because here go Trump telling the story like Soldier Boy.
Nigga, bow, shot his ass, bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the floor. See like 3, 4 niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the floor. See,
I think that's hilarious.
Niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front.
When I first saw somebody post that, though, it was like a comment on it was like, you using up all the fresh water for this? You using up all the fresh water to make videos of Trump? Like, we could talk about the environmental impact of AI and how dangerous that is for people, you know. I don't think using up all the fresh water to make stupid videos of Trump is really where we need to be. But, I mean, as far as like giving humans a new tool to express themselves, the artist in me, the creative in me is always going to support that.
You want mucho mariachi, sexy mamacitas, and delicious margaritas. And President Trump is going to be el DJ, okay? Muchas gracias, muchachos. Y let's make el Venezuela grande again. Arriba el Venezuela, amigos. Hola, amigos. Yo soy su nuevo presidente, el señor Donald J. Trump. Your ex-presidente, el señor Maduro, is no longer your president.
He said, let's make Venezuela grande again.
Look what I'm whipping up. This is America. Don't catch you slipping.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get that copyright strike from Childish Gambino, but shout out to Gambino. I think this is hilarious. They got that boy dancing on top of the oil. Come on now. This is pure art. I mean, as far as making a statement goes, right? We got that boy Trump standing on the oil. That's crazy though. Hey, Trump hit that guara on their ass. I don't know. I mean, I think it is a interesting look at who we are and what we going through right now when we see the reflections of our times coming through this AI. Because we in some interesting times for sure. So, I mean, interesting things are made by interesting people. I think that's my bigger argument, my better argument. Cause when we look at the stuff that the majority of people do, like yeah, the majority is on some raggedy stuff. The majority is just, doing average stuff. But man, we gotta make sure we leave enough room in that lane for the exceptional people, the people who really care to do special things with their creativity and their art. And if there's anybody who's gonna gain anything from this broadcast, either today or sometime in the future, like that's what I want to get across is that we got access to all of these amazing tools that we can do amazing things with, and don't limit yourselves. There's an infinite amount of things that you could create if you put your mind to it. I think what we can create is really only limited by how creative we can be, how imaginative we could be. I support imagination. I support creativity. That's where you'll find me at. So again, I'll post the question up there one more time. Is AI slop a human problem or a technology problem? I mean, if we look at it, I feel like it is more like something that we're talking about as a problem with humans, and where humans just kind of show the capacity to be boring or show the capacity to not really, be creative. Sometimes humans just like to take the path of least resistance and do the most simplest thing or the most boring thing. And ain't nothing wrong with that either. I mean, we should hold space for those people too. But when we looking at AI and what the future of AI is going to be and how we want AI to be integrated in what we do on our day-to-day lives, I do think it's important for us to keep in mind that you can do all kinds of things with this AI if you let yourself. I mean, talk about this show. I mean, I don't know if anybody can notice or not yet, but I mean, this whole everything here is AI. This desk is AI. My co-host in the back, Cosmo, he made out of AI. This whole set is made out of AI. I don't know. Maybe if you ask the right person, they'd say that this show is slop. This show is AI slop. Ain't nobody watching Let's Agree to Disagree tonight. This show is stupid. What's up, though? I see we got a few people in the chat rooms here. Go ahead, say what's up in the chat if you there. What's up? I see a few people in there. Got a couple new followers tonight already. That's what's up. One more time. I'll pull a question up one more time while we think about it. Human problem or technology problem? My next thing on my to-do list, I want to set this up where we could take in some live callers, people who want to contribute to the show. I think what I want to do, because I'm multi-streaming across a couple different platforms, so instead of like bringing up a host from one platform or another, or like a co-host, I think what I want to do is I want to set up like a Zoom call where if you can grab the link to the Zoom, you can call in and you can show your video on screen, and I could pull the TV down here like one of these. Let me see. Pull the TV down and have someone come in here on the TV. You can see their face. We could talk back and forth. That's on my to-do list for the next week's show. We're going to have the Zoom call set up where we can have somebody call in. But, yeah, that's what's up. That's what we're talking about tonight. I am a champion for the arts, a champion for the youth, a champion for creativity, and as far as how we going to use AI going forward, I want people to get more creative. I want people to think a little bit further about what's possible. You know, somebody might see this show and be like, man, who is this guy? Who does he think he is? Like, hey, I'm gonna tell you, like, I ain't nobody. Don't worry about me too much. You know, if you're looking at this show and be like, man, that's stupid, I could do that. I probably could do that better than him. Like, I'm begging you, please, let's do this. Let's get started. Let's get going, because we need that. We need that energy out here. All right. I think we going to make this the part of the show where we break things up. I'm going to show y'all a quick little commercial break, and we going to get right back to it. Get that out the way. All right. We're going to take a short, real quick commercial break here, y'all. We'll be right back.
In an increasingly complex world, people are finding new ways to stay balanced. Personal cloud is now part of the environment, available everywhere the future is already happening.
Personal Cloud helps you retrieve what matters. For access, contact your IT department. Availability subject to reality.
And we back. Yeah. All right. My boy Cosmo, how you doing today, man? Hit him with a little something, Cosmo. Clean. That boy clean with it. Yeah. All right. Now, before we get into the next thing, I want to see what's going on here. I see we got a few people in the chat. Uh-oh. That's the Cosmo warning there. I think we getting a transmission here from the future now. All right, Cosmo, thank you for the warning. Thank you for the heads up. Let's go ahead and check it out then. What is this transmission from the future looking like? Let's see it.
This suit? Yeah. This is AI Slop. Unfiltered prompts, bad outputs, weird hands, all of it. You don't throw material away just because most people don't know what to do with it. This suit? Yeah. This is AI Slop. Unfiltered prompts, bad outputs, weird hands, all of it. You don't throw material away just because most people don't know what to do with it.
Okay. That boy Future Mexico. I like it. Shoot, he looking clean. I hope we can get current Mexico up to future Mexico standards. His studio look a little bit nicer than mine. I also think that's a pretty nice suit he wearing. But I mean, that boy said the whole suit made out of AI Slop. Just like I'm sitting here with y'all right now, I'm like, this whole studio is made out of AI Slop. Like, shoot, that boy came out dressed to the nines with the AI Slop on. It's just another metaphor for how creative we could be, though. You know, if we really put our mind to using these tools in a new way, we can do some new things with them. And if I could help encourage somebody to be more like future Mexico, hey, that's worth it. I think we worth spending some time worthwhile here at Let's Agree to Disagree tonight. All right. So, human problem or technology problem? I mean, I think the consensus on what we seeing here tonight is we got to look more at what the human is talking about. And if you're a human who ain't really got much to say, it's okay to say that. I think it's, sometimes we get too caught up on trying to make the big statement, try to make the most important statement. Like, sometimes, it's okay to just be like, hey, I'm just a regular human being and I'm just doing some regular human things right now. And this is what it look like. You can give that to the world, It kind of remind me of like when people show them video clips of like high school from like a decade ago or 2-3 decades ago. You see them video clips and be like, man, is that what high school kids used to look like back in the day? But in the back in the day when they was like shooting that video, nobody was like thinking like, oh man, this is gonna be the greatest piece of art that ever existed. It's just like, let's just give a piece of us to the future. So people can look back and be like, man, what was going on January 8th, 2026? What was that day about? What was people thinking about? What was people feeling like? Somebody might tune into this show sometime in the future and see a piece of who we used to be in this piece of art that I'm dropping for y'all tonight. Something that, is not really supposed to be the greatest thing ever, or the most genius masterpiece of all time, but it's a authentic piece of what's happening right now, and I think that's got enough value. And then on top of that, I want to go another step further to say, like, the actual people who gonna make something dope. If you in the field of actually making dope stuff in the future, we definitely need you. We definitely want you to be out there making stuff and contributing to what's going on and contributing to what people is feeling. All of that stuff is valid. All of that stuff is necessary. All of that stuff makes us better as humans. Just one more thought about the AI. Like, I feel like remind ourselves that it's just a tool. And it's like a mirror. It's like a reflection of who we are and what we're thinking, The level of responsiveness you get from your AI assistant is solely based on the level of input that you can put into it. If you know how to ask your AI smart questions, it can give you smart answers. If you ask your AI stupid questions, it's going to ask stupid questions. The AI is going to give you. That's how I feel. What up, JBs? I see you in the chat, though. What up, though? All right. So we've been in here. This has been about a 30-minute stream. Right now, I'm trying to keep these streams short. JBs, appreciate you coming through, man. We getting ready to wrap this up. I do want to keep this short. About 30 minutes here so far. I think 30 minutes is enough time for me to get in and out right now. I do want to keep expanding on the format. Lost in technology. Yeah, that's what it feel like. We getting lost in all of the mess of this technology, man. I put that up there one more time for you. The whole reason we was here tonight, we was talking about AI slop. And is AI slop a reflection of a problem with humans or a problem with technology? My boy Joey earlier said it could be a little bit of both. And I think that's a fair answer. I think my answer, I'm leaning a little bit more of it's a human problem. It's not a technology problem, because I feel like the technology is just going to do what you tell it to do. Just like a piece of a pencil or a pen on a piece of paper. It's just going to do what you tell it to do. Yeah, so JBC said it's a human problem because they made the technology. Exactly. Like, AI is what we make it to be. If your AI is doing stupid stuff and only making pointless and worthless art, like, think about what you're really asking it to do. Think about what you're really trying to draw with your pencil. Before you sit down at the page and scribble, maybe you might start to sketch out something that's more interesting. I don't know. But I appreciate you chiming in, JBZ. That's what's up. Again, I was getting to the point of saying that I am going to keep these streams shorter for the time being. About 30 minutes in and out is where I'm at right now. Glad I could share some inspiration there, JBZ. And yeah, we're gonna keep developing this show though. Future versions of this future versions of this broadcast, it's gonna get a little bit longer. It'll get more interesting. I do want to get to the point where, like I said, we can bring on guests and we can open up these conversations a little bit more. But for right now, I think this is a good place to close out this transmission. Get a real studio first. You know, like the AI studio? I'm chilling in my AI studio, man. I got all the space I need in here. Check this out. We out here floating in space, man. Come on. It's like I don't know how to explain. I mean, one day, that would be interesting to see how this show could develop. And like, one day it could turn into something with a real studio and a real set, a real AI robot sitting behind me. I think it's a version of this show that we could get there. You missed it earlier because I did show a clip earlier from the future showing what this show kind of looks like from that perspective. Yeah, I think we gonna get there. We dealing with current Travis or current Mexico versus future Mexico. I think we just gotta work out the temporal part there. How much money you get being a drumline major? You want to know the real answer? Not enough. Almost leaked the real name. Hey, it is what it is. Some of the folks call me Mexico. Some of the folks know me from the the real deal out in the field. Wherever you know me from, I appreciate you coming through and spending some time in the chat room with me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get ready to wrap this one up. Show number 2 is in the books. Yeah. Appreciate everybody who came through the chat tonight. We're going to hit you with another stream in about another week. We're going to come back with another question. We're going to have some more art, more music, more questions, more vibes. And we're just going to take this show on a ride, see what Let's Agree to Disagree turns into. I feel like this is fun just because like I don't really know what this is gonna be yet, or I don't know when you're watching this, but I know that you're here now, and I'm glad to just be able to have this space where we could chop it up a little bit. So that's it for me. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I hope everybody in the chat have a good night tonight, and we're gonna catch y'all again next week. I'm out of here. It's your boy Mexico, coast to coast, and I'm out.